Okay, so since we started doing these vlogs on the death of George Floyd and inequity, police brutality, racial disparity, the destruction and self-expression that's occurring afterwards, a lot of you have sent a lot of questions in. I'm going to get to a few of them, not to all of them, because some of them I just answer in the comments, but I don't have all the answers either. If anything, I don't even know if I have the answers at all. But I will do my best to just kind of maybe enlighten the conversation for you. So one of the questions that was sent to me was, why do you see white-owned businesses now donning Black Lives Matter signs? So that question to me is very intriguing, and I believe you can maybe ascertain the information for yourself. Is it a convenient time to say Black Lives Matter? Yeah, it is. Is it a convenient time to say something in spite of the cops? Yeah, it's very convenient. Is it a convenient time to now get involved with the language supporting black bodies or bringing attention to black bodies? And is it convenient to now bring attention to white supremacy? I think it is, but it's also the right time. It is the time, if any time. And I don't think if it's convenient or not should really be an issue. But I do see something in the presentation of it. It's interesting. And then some stores have just put boards up and no Black Lives Matter posters. So you can kind of, get it for yourself. And as we hear a cop going by right now, it's a hot day in Minneapolis, and I have the windows open. It's Saturday, May 30th, 2020, just for point of reference. But yeah, I think it's a mixture of convenience, empathy, sympathy, or just caring, wanting to be involved, because everyone is being affected by it, not just black people. And so when it was just black people being affected, you didn't need to say anything. You didn't really need to get on the phone for it. But now that it's become an international news piece, everybody's seeing it. Nobody is blind to this. Everybody is seeing what's happening. And the words that are being used to describe it are being seen as well. In the Star Tribune, when they say that President Donald Trump said he's going to do his best to make sure everybody's safe in Minnesota, really what he said was a lot of racist rhetoric. So I mean, even the reporting is slanted and tilted in a way that you gotta really take the information. Why are they using the language that they're using? Who are they protecting? And then furthermore, who are they trying to serve down the line? So I think that white businesses donning Black Lives Matter posters all of a sudden is definitely the right time to do it. It is somewhat convenient, and my hope is that they're there moving forward. They were not there during Thurman Blevins. They were not there during Jamar Clark. I did not see a lot of them. I saw a lot of them during Philando Castile. I will say that. And I think moving forward, I think a bigger question is it going to take more than a poster? What's the work? I go back to what's the work for you? And right now there's people in the streets cleaning up, which I'll be going to right after this. But what's the work for you? And is it in a sign? Does it start with a sign? What does that mean to you moving forward? And I think there's also a reason why a lot of black-owned businesses have, spray painted signs black-owned. They do. I think Denord Distillery did that for a reason. Hum's Liquors did it for a specific reason, said minority-owned, and it's playing out this fascinating, very, very telling narrative that whose businesses are going to be passed up if people passing it in the night that are willing to destroy something know that it's owned by people of color or owned by black people. And with that being said, where is this whole story going? And what does that mean to you if it's a minority-owned or a black-owned business versus a white-owned business? I think the setup is very telling of how Minneapolis has been for the past, with not a lot of black-owned businesses. If you're in Detroit, you will see many signs that say African-American owned businesses. And they don't need a riot they don't need modern day lynching to put that sign up. They just have it there because it's a sense of pride and it's a sense of knowing. And Detroit has kind of a very frontal way of communicating and speaking to the times, regardless if there's an event to call for it or not. And I think right now you're seeing these signs go up, and I hope down the line we're holding these white-owned businesses accountable to not only keep the signs up, but do the work. Do the work and be about what you say you're being about, and not just for the event. So that is my answer to you, for whatever that's worth. So yeah, I hope y'all send in some more questions, and I will get to them as quickly as I can. And again, not really all too sure what I am doing with this. And I just know that with the faculties I have, the people I know, the resources I have, this is the right thing to do. It feels like the right thing to do, as opposed to talking about other ventures that I've been a part of. So we'll be getting to more of these down the line, and thank you so much for listening and watching. We'll see you in the next video.